incumbent president of Sri Lanka provides a global case study to study how the failure of a president can affect a country. Sri Lanka's failure is largely due to the poor decision making by its executive. It's worthwhile to study how this person came into power. Before 2019 elections, he never showed interest, at least until the Easter bomb attack. In a couple of occasions, he stressed that he never had an idea to become the president of the country, for that matter to contest. However, I can remember several days before the Easter attack, there were media reports that the ex-defense secretary had renounced his American citizenship. Soon after the attack, he publicly said that he would be contesting the forthcoming elections. There onwards, what happened was the business mafia and some of the media chiefs rallied around him and they marketed Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa as the most promising candidate. Their election campaign was based on falsehood. Perhaps this was not known to Mr. Rajapaksa because according to his words, he never knew what politics was. He made false promises, hoodwinked people, became the president. Soon after, he assumed duties. The first thing he did was to entertain the business mafia who helped him. What did he do? He ensured there were deep tax cuts which never benefited the general public. These tax cuts has dwindled the state income by at least 4 to 6%. Even during the pandemic, what he did was allow his business circles, illegitimate business mafia to rob the people. And these people are key players in stock market. They own shares in banks and finance companies, and their only interest is to make money by hook or crook, control the national economy, and make Sri Lanka a bastion for money laundering. Today, we all are facing the repercussions of this. We cannot simply say that Gotabaya Rajapaksa, current president, is innocent. If we didn't have the capacity to understand these activities in the first place, he shouldn't have contested for the presidential elections. Today, what has happened? Everyone wants him out, and even their staunch supporters, especially in the provinces, are clamoring slogans and are demanding the removal of entire Rajapaksa family from politics. The repercussions of undue decisions, crippling the national economy, and letting people to rob, aiding and abating corruption and waste, poor political decision making, letting the business mafia to rob the country can be seen in the next couple of years. By that time, these persons who are responsible for destroying the country would not be in Sri Lanka, and some of them would be in jail. But we as Sri Lankans will have to face all these challenges. We very well know the status of the country, that the country's wealth, the public assets have been robbed. The donations and the loans that were granted to Sri Lanka have been wasted, and some of the monies that were part of these loans and grants have been taken out of the country. The country has been portrayed as a bastion for global money laundering. Therefore, just simply asking Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa or his family to leave politics will not bring a permanent solution to this country. Resolving the current plight, current economic crisis cannot be just confined to politics. We as citizens of this country, we as voters in this country should wide open our eyes and come to terms with the fact that it's not only the politicians who have brought this devastating catastrophe to the country. It has been caused by the behaviors, undue actions of some of the key business persons, business mafia I would say, and mafia in the media. These people have stakes in banks, finance institutions, stock markets, and their only focus is to command the economy through a weak leader. So when they choose a weak leader, they portray the weak leader as the hero, because that's the best bet to handle a weak person. I hope alongside this crisis, as we all have learnt a very good lesson, we would wide open our eyes and understand the crux of the matter, and just chasing away politicians and letting them get scot-free will not provide for taking back the money they have looted. That is something that we need to keep in our mind.